y'all doing? Thank you so very much for joining us, each and every one of y'all that are here today. We are streaming on 7 different platforms, radio station, and Qvo TV on Roku TV. For those of y'all, we have a special guest today, international singer, songwriter, artist. She's just incredible. She's got all kinds of accolades. I can't give you them all. She's just a wonderful spirit, and I've listened to a lot of her music. I did a deep dive into her catalog, and she's got great music, wonderful music that we hope to share with each and every one of you. So let me quit my yapping. Go ahead and do that intro and bring her on. This is Urbina Jones. I hope I'm saying that right. Urbina Jones goes like this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing, Mrs. Jones?
I'm great. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to be here. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches. You have a beautiful, beautiful color on you today. I love that color. Looks looks
Thank
very
you.
good. So,
Thank
how
you.
have you been? Hopefully, you had a good weekend this weekend.
Incredible. I've been in San Miguel de Allende where I make music and I write and I create. And so I've been in Mexico and I just flew to my home here in Nashville, Tennessee. And we have a big week of shows coming up. So happy to be.
Yes. Yeah, you're very, very busy. You have a full schedule that September, October. I mean, you're just all over the place. Um, I really, it's kind of interesting because uh, uh, when you think of this is one of the things that I said last week. I said the cell phone for us in this day and age has limited our scope. It has limited our lives. It's really what it's done. It's enabled us to be self-segregating and put us into a little box, and we don't see that the world around us is a lot larger than what we make it out to be. Being in Nashville, you know, you're the first person. I think it's like how long has it been? Nashville's been in around, let's see, 93 years. You're the first person to ever bring mariachi music to the Grand Ole Opry, which is
Yes,
so,
yes.
and the fact that you're bringing a cultural flavor to different parts of the United States, that it's been there. It's You're doing it, and we it's a shame that we don't know this already. It should be second nature. It should be secondhand, if that makes any sense. And it's wonderful that you're the one that's doing it. You're the one that's bringing it out there. But you have great accolades that go along with your accomplishments. Number one, you've had a number one song in country music, number one in Texas country music. You've done a lot of different things, which is just amazing. And I'm really glad that you're coming onto the show so that way you can give our little corner of the music, just shine your light on our corner of the music of what we do. And so hopefully that way people can better understand who you are, and that music isn't just that little box that we put ourselves into, and broaden our, because egocentrism sometimes is not a good thing. It's a bad thing. We got to broaden our horizons and be willing to accept more things, if that makes sense.
Yes, that makes so much sense. And I'm really, really honored to be here. The reason I'm here is because it all started with a dream. My abuelita, my little Mexican grandmother, Virginia Urbina Jones from the west side of San Antonio, y'all, I had moved to Nashville and she was just my person. And so I was calling and telling her about the songs I was writing. And one day she called me and she says, Mija? And I said, yeah, Grandma. And she says, I'm dying.
Oh
And so,
no.
yeah, so of course, I flew to be by her side. And I was the person that got to midwife her, as I say. I had no idea what to do, how to do it, but something, my spirit, my heart woke up, and I was there with her as she was going between this world and the next. For she, Mija, she's like looking through me. She's talking to my grandfather on the other side and her father, and she's coming back and she says, Mija, you are going to be a mensajera. You're going to be a messenger. And she says, you are going to be making country music with chili peppers. I'd never heard that. Never. I never. And so she put this dream in my heart. I never felt like, how can I do that, Grandma? Like I couldn't. I knew I had a song in my heart, but how could I make what has become honky tonk mariachi? And so all these years later, it has been like, I felt like my abuelita has been leading the way, um, from heaven, opening doors and hearts. And I feel like, for me, I came to country music and I was like, where's the Latinos? Where's our heart? Where's our spirit? Where's our sound? Where are we? And so I was just like, whatever way I can be a part, I just want to be a part. I want to help people. I want to write. I want to sing. And so that's where this music came from, that dream, her dream.
Yeah, we call it chingachgook. It's
I love that.
the travel. It's the bridge that we. It's like on our Native American jewelry. We always have coral on, and the color coral is, if you look at a rainbow, on the top of the rainbow and the bottom of the rainbow, there's a thin line of coral. The rainbows symbolizes the bridge that we take to cross over from our life to the next life. Silver is our life. That's why we use a lot of silver. But that coral is that bridge, the bridge that connects our life into the next life, and that is the chingatsku. It's the travel. That's why our ancestors, whoever they may be, they come on a spirit horse to take us to the next world, and
Oh,
that's how we do it. So,
I love that. Thank you so much for
so
sharing that with me.
Mhm. So we have some people that have a lot of people actually that have joined us. Of course, Jose Rosario was just
Okay.
a dear, sweet person. I love him to death, and we're good friends, and I really appreciate his mentorship. Rick Venus Manso, Rick, how are you doing? Guitar extraordinaire, he says saludos. Jojo Herrera from Tejano Up Radio. He says saludos, Lawrence, and saludos Urbina. They have a great radio station there that just promoting, and they've got this. Tejanos for Christmas that's coming up. So hopefully we can get out there and show our support and help out the people, help out Tejanitos, help them with raising it. Ricky Duran says already. Uh, excuse me. Angel Jimenez
Hola,
says
Angel.
saludos. Beautiful voice. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Jose says Urbina Jones is a wonderful musical bridge between country music and Tejano music, and this is her first interview in Tejano media.
Yes.
Well, thank you so very much. I feel privileged already. Stephanie Martinez, another wonderful, wonderful voice. Saludos and loving vibe, Urbina Jones. You know what? I have talking to Jose. He sent me a picture, and let's see if I can bring it up.
You're going to make me cry. I can already feel it.
Ah, who is that?
Ah, there she is.
There she is.
My
The
abuelita.
Your abuelita. That's
Yes.
great. They are. It's awesome how it's always family photos are always they always reminisce the same. It always reminisces the same. Yeah.
Yep.
What a
Yep.
lovely smile, a lovely spirit, and I can see the joy. You know. Um, uh, we say, and in my culture, we say, your name is not yours. It does not belong to you. It belongs to your ancestors. Be careful what you do with it.
I love that. Thank you for saying that. That's
Yes, so that is. My looks like my partner finally showed up. She was having some. She was running a little late, and so let me go ahead and bring her on. The wonderful and my bestie of besties, the one and only Hilda
Hi.
Lama.
Hi, Hilda.
There she is.
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. First off, I need to apologize for being late. It has been it's been a week. actually a month. But I'm just so happy to be
It's
here with you.
it's Monday.
Well,
It's Monday.
yeah.
It's so wonderful to meet you. Thank you so much for having me. For real.
Of course, I've got a little secret to tell you. I have been a fan of yours for like 10 years,
What?
probably longer.
What?
Yes. And
How?
so I was super stoked when Jose Rosario was like posting everything. And then I was like, wait, my bestie booked you for the show and he didn't tell me? Like, what? So, yeah. So, needless to say, I was hauling butt all the way across town just to be here with you.
Oh, thank
And
you.
she's got a where she lives. There's a lot of traffic. She's by the free. There's a lot of traffic in that. I hate that. I've gone down there. The traffic is horrible because it's Texas. Like the traffic is there's construction for days. For weeks. How's this? Look how beautiful this picture is. Oh,
There
I
she is.
love that.
Laia.
this is amazing.
Ugh,
The
there she is.
Yeah,
My
she's
abuelita.
just inspirational. Just it's beautiful in its rarity in it, and it's the fact that you have that. You should cherish that. I have no pictures of my relatives past my dad, my grandparents, or anything like that when they were younger, because well, Native Americans, they didn't take pictures like that
Mhm.
back in the day. But I always revel in this. It marvels. I've always wondered what it would be like to have pictures of them. So
Mhm.
I envy that. That's pretty awesome. I have another one that I wanted to share with you that I did send, and just to kind of round about that, so that we can get a better understanding of what was your motivator, which is true, and that special feeling in your heart.
Yeah.
My wife, my wife is Mexican descent, and she does have a ofrenda for her family members, which is, you know, it's a beautiful tradition to remember those that have gone before you, and to remember how much they mean to you in your heart, which is an awesome thing to do, and especially being the inspiration.
Mm.
This is cool.
It's amazing. Thank you so much. It's crazy to me that, she passed now 20 years ago and put that mission on my heart, that dream.
Mhm.
And it has never, I have been relentless. It's because of her heart. It's because of, what she saw and knew that it gave me the courage every day. That's what our ancestors and our loved ones do when we remember.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
thank
Jose
you
says,
for inviting
Jose
me.
says, yeah, Jose says, Reina de Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And it's we have a saying that says, you live forever on the lips of those that you have affected. So if you are a good man, you will be remembered as a good man. That's how you can live forever. And so that's how you should live your life too. That way it will be repeated. Your name will be repeated in a
Yeah.
good sentence. And so, and it's wonderful to have that motivator. But you know, you can't also skip the fact that you're uber talented. You're an actress. You're a writer. You're a singer. You musician. You, I mean, you've all have all these accomplishments, and so I know she was the inspiration, but where did you get? Where did you? How did you amass all of this talent? Where is it that you started? I mean, what was it? It started from somewhere. Where did it start? Where did the guitar? Where did the singing? Where did all of that start from?
Well, I think it started on the west side of San Antonio in the Mercado. My first memories, I think, that really were so profound that lived with me and lived with me was when my grandfather died and the mariachis playing at his funeral, my person, you know, and them commemorating, honoring his life and feeling that connection to the music and to the mariachi and to Mexico then. And then right prior to that, like my favorite family experience, like when I was just waking up as a little kid and the mariachis all being there and our family just being food and joy and music and country music and just that seared into my little being. Like, whatever that is, that's what I want to live,
Yeah.
you know?
I love it. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think
I want that. Whatever that is, that's
whatever
what I
that is,
want.
yeah, and I think that, and then like when my parents were divorced and my mom moved me to Fredericksburg, and I was an only kid, and I was Mexican American, but I didn't necessarily look it. But it was that connection to the music that I heard everywhere that reminded me who I was.
Mhm.
And I would go into my little closet in my bedroom. It had a little record player. I could pull it in there and I would just like rock myself listening to music.
Oh.
And music was like so many of us, it saved me. It was just like I really felt like I was with the spirit of these songs, of these people. And so like down the road, of course they said I had a gift, I could sing, but it was really that I just wanted to be a part of something that touched other people. And so when I came to Nashville, I was a publicist, I worked in management, and then I wrote a song called One in a Million that was a terrible song. But it was like, it was like it had little wings. It was meant to be. It found the heart of someone that said, "You have it, mija." And so, and like I'm sure everybody, all along the way, there's like these little cosmic breadcrumbs, little moments of magic, destiny. And I just kept following my heart. That's it. That's it. It's all about, wanting to be a part of something that is meaningful and that
Mhm.
brings that same joy to other people, you know. And I think that growing up in honky tonks, my mom moving to the hill country and me growing up in Lukenbach and Cherry Springs, and then the mariachi, it's like I wanted to bring what I was together. I wanted people to like experience that. I wanted the worlds to come together. I wanted to see Latinos, everywhere, and everybody to know how beautiful our culture is. And it's like, I felt it when I was watching all the videos before I came on. I was like, oh, that's me. That's me. Part of that, you know?
Yeah, that's one of the things that I do. It's kind of exclusive to our show, and people are like, "Where do you get these?" And I was like, "I do I try to do my work, my homework, and make sure that include as much as I can. I think it's only fair if you're going to take time out of your day to be with us. That it's only fair, or it's only right. It's out of respect that I do my work to make sure that I have the information that you have of your work, and give you a proper interview, as opposed to just not. Some people, they just kind of do it off the cuff, and at least I want to be prepared. So, and I want it to look good too. So it's one of those things. Bobby Castañeda from California, he says, "Hello, everyone. I recently discovered Urbina's music, and I love it." There you go. There
Thank
you go.
you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Gavino Perez, he's a music distributor. Gavino, if you are a new artist, or if you're an artist that needs music distribution, Gavino Perez can do it for you. He's pretty good. DJ out of Houston, Texas, Borrado Lopez B. What's up, Indio? He sent me a really funny joke earlier today. It was pretty funny, but it's about a guy who locked his keys in his cars, and he's asking his mom to help him unlock the keys in his car, and he drops the the cable that they were using, and he goes around to the passenger side and opens the door and picks up the cable, and she's like, "What are you doing?" So I I remember when I was working for Johnson and Johnson. I was going to the company, and at the time I smoked, and I stopped at the gas station to get me a pack of cigarettes, and I left my car running. And I had just filled it up with gas. I pulled it up, and then I got out, and I was like, "I'm gonna go get me a pack of cigarettes real quick before I go to work." And I went inside, bought my pack of cigarettes, and I go to get in the car, and my door is locked. And it was like, out of habit, I locked my doors, and my car is running. I just filled it up with gas, and the car is running, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe this! It's locked." and then I go around to the passenger side to look to check if the keys were in it, because like I needed that validation that the key. I know it's running, but I just go to look, and I go to press my face against the window to see like validate how stupid I am that I left my keys in the car that's running full of gas, and I go to press my face against the window and I fall through the passenger window. So
Wow.
I know I have 4 college degrees and I did that. If you cannot laugh at yourself, then who can you laugh at? So we all do silly things, and that's the way we are. But it's okay. It's good to laugh at ourselves. You know what? Let's go ahead and take a listen to that song, "La Reina de Los Angeles," "Cielito Lindo." It's a beautiful song because of the fact that it's so different. It's what I like about it. It's progressive. It sticks with a lot of traditionalism, but it's also progressive, and it encompasses a lot of different sounds and rhythms, and it's not too complicated or complex to where it's overstimulating. It's just the right amount of everything. I think you called it a spicy something. I can't remember, but it's just the right amount of everything, and I just, it's so catchy. I'm like, that's a good one. So let's take a listen. Reina de Los Angeles. That is the Urbina Jones, the Il de Lamas. I'm Indio, right here on Qvo Radio.
I can smell frijoles in the kitchen. I can hear her laughter in the air. I can hear her yelling, "Hey, mija, mija, something with your hair." La reina de Los Angeles is dancing through my dreams. La reina de Los Angeles is watching over me.
I know it's just so progressive. There's just like I said, there's a lot of it's enough. There's a lot of whatever, and it's just enough. It's hard to put
Yeah.
in words, but it's if you know, you know, and it's enjoyable, and it's just it's it's good. It's
Yeah,
what
I
it
think what
is.
I love the most about it is that it stays very organic and very true to both genres of music. And it's
Hmm.
just blended so perfect.
Yeah,
And then your voice, like, oh, wow, just
yeah,
wow.
yeah. It's. I think where sometimes we get lost in music, we forget that the voice is the picture, the music is the frame. And the frame should never be more than the picture. The frame should always accent the picture. And sometimes we miss that. But it's so well organized, it's so well put together that
Mm,
it's a beautiful everything. And that's
yeah.
kind of, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it works. Rick Valderrama, how you doing, brother? He says saludos. Jose Rosario says it's an awesome song. Yes, it's a great song. It's a beautiful song. And I really did like it. That one, and like I said, I did a deep dive in your catalog, and I love everything that you've done. You've done some cover songs, but what I love about what you do is you take that true essence and make the music yourself. Uh, 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 s- uh, we sometimes we fall into the trap that we have to make the sound true to the song, as opposed to true to who you are as an artist. And one of my favorite songs that you've done is going to be the Rhinestone Cowgirl. That to me is such a fun, just it's just it's a lively, upbeat song in its construction, and it's well put together. And I was like, why haven't I heard this song before? Because I'm an eclectic person. I like to listen to all kinds of things. And I don't know if if Jose kind of explained where I'm at. I kind of fell into Tejano music. I was a native speaker of Spanish. My wife is, and so when I listen to music, I listen to the music itself, the constructs of music, and I translate the words later. So it's always, to me, it's always been the music I hear first. The lyrics I always figured out later. But as habit, or as just kind of the way my technique now is always listening to the music first. But the Rhinestone Cowgirl, it's just it's so well constructed. It's a good song, and it really is fun to listen to. It's just a different take on the song, and it's rich. And I'm like, man, it's you taking it in a direction that I didn't. I just like it. That's the best I could say for it. So, what was the inspiration for that? Because it's just different, and you did it was a duet as well.
Well, that song, I just have always loved that song. And then when we went into the studio to make this album, Manuel's Destiny, my great grandfather's story, I just felt like I wanted a song that told the story of this, that this relentless dream. And just it fit. We all sat around in at the Sonic Ranch in El Paso where my great grandfather had crossed over, and we all sat in a circle. How do you do honky tonk? How do you take country music and those instruments, and how do you take mariachi? And then how do you find your way? And so we just all sat in a circle and we would just keep trying on, what if you put a little bit of this here? And what if you put a little bit of this here, until it like locked and loaded and like, yes, until it's that, it's like that joy and that just magic, like it's the recipe of the love. So I just love the song, and certainly I've lived this song. And this is Wendy Moten. She was
Right.
the runner up, one of the most amazing, beautiful hearts women. She was on The Voice, and you'll know her if you see her, and her voice is just, it's magic. I loved, we never met each other because we recorded this during COVID. And so I sent it to her, and she recorded it. And we did not meet until the night we played the Grand Ole Opry, when we were debuting the song.
Oh
So we,
wow.
on either side of the Grand Ole Opry, we walked, and it was kind of like I was almost like pawing her, because I'm like, "You're real. I believe it," you know. And she's beautiful inside and out. We have magic. Yeah, we have magic.
It's a wonderful song. Let's go ahead and take a listen to it. This is Rhinestone Cowgirl from Urbina Jones. It goes like this.
I've been walking these streets so long, singing the same old song. I know every crack in these dirty sidewalks of Broadway, where hustle's the name of the game, and nice girls get washed away like the snow and the rain. There's been a load of compromising on the road to my horizon, but I'm gonna be where the lights are shining on me, like a rhinestone cowgirl, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo, like a rhinestone cowgirl, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know, and offers coming over the phone. Well, I really don't mind the rain, and a smile can hide all the pain, but you're down when you're riding the train that's taking the long way. And I'll dream all the things I'll do with the subway token and a dollar tucked down in my shoe. There'll be a load of compromising on the road to my horizon, but I'm gonna be where the lights are shining on me, like a rhinestone cowgirl, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo, like a rhinestone cowgirl, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know, and offers coming over the phone. A rhinestone cowgirl, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo, a rhinestone cowgirl, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know, and offers coming over the phone. A rhinestone cowgirl.
Wow.
I love that video. It's
I
just,
ne-
gosh, all the elements that you incorporated into it, the history in there. Oh, amazing.
And then in the instruments, you hear a harp. The male chorus in the background is just so haunting. It's back there. The just the trumpets, the mariachi elements. It's just there's so many different things. Like I said, it's constructed so well. And it's just a beautiful song. By the way, real quick, let me just go ahead and shout out to the Jose says, be on the lookout because there's going to be a Spanish version coming out soon. So hopefully we'll be listening out for that one. And then also it's Tejano time from DFW. Says shout out from DFW. How are you doing? Roxanne Ruiz, thank you so very much for joining us. She says beautiful, beautiful. And Gracie says that was awesome. Gracie
Oh,
gives
Miss
you 2 thumbs up. Miss
Gracie.
Gracie says 2 thumbs up.
Thank
She's
you.
still not following me on TikTok, but she follows Hilda.
I mean, look, when you're just as awesome as I am, I mean, I can't help that. But
I would
Gracie's
think
his wife, by the way, just in case
Oh.
you didn't
I-
know.
I would think 30 plus years she would follow me, but no,
Time to follow you.
she follows Hilda.
She actually joined TikTok just to follow me.
I
Yeah,
love that. That's awesome.
that's great. Thank you so very much
Little
for
girl
that in.
power. Okay. Sorry, not sorry.
No, it's great. It's great.
I
So
bet she's gonna go and follow Stephanie. Like, yeah, I bet.
I'm
I
sure.
bet she's already following her. Like,
Are you kidding me? No. When I was playing the music, she's like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And I was like, "Yes." And she asked me the same thing. And first of all, I just want to take a little time for those of us that are in Texas, for those of y'all that are in Texas and everything else. The lieutenant or the attorney general, he had removed 1 million people from the voter registers. So you don't know if you are not sure if you are registered to vote, then you can check by going to this QR code. It'll take you to the texasvote.gov. You can just go use your driver's license and check and see if you're still registered to vote. But 1 million people were taken off the voter rolls. The best thing to do for you to do is just go ahead and do it. You've got 15 days left to make sure that you are registered to vote. So be sure to do that. It's your constitutional right. So please go ahead and take advantage of it. Having a driver's license is not a constitutional right. That is a privilege, but voting is. So go ahead and do that. Now, with that being said, I only remember that because of the QR code. She was like, how can I get some more stuff from her? Where can I get it and everything else? Well, I can tell you right now, if you want to get some more information from Stephanie, if you want to get her music or buy her merch, guess what? She's got a website. You can go there to her QR code. It's going to take her to her website. It is StephanieUrbinaJones.com. There it is, just like that. Or you can click on that QR code and it'll take you straight to her website. So there you go. How do you make the music progress? How do you follow or support your favorite artists? Go to their shows, buy their merch, support them. That's how you do it. Yes, it's okay to stream, but streaming doesn't pay the royalties that it used to. Buy the music. It's on your phone.
So really, just do everything.
Just do it.
Just have like a checkoff sheet for like all of your artists, right? And just like, I did that.
Yeah. That's right. And buying a song is $1. Hello, $1. $1. That's all it is. Oh, people are calling me and they shouldn't be calling me. They should know that I'm not here. Urbina Jones. That's just go ahead and just go there and get her music and everything else. And that's how you do it. So it's the way we can keep the music going and keep our music, our culture moving forward is the way we should say it, rather. But that is wonderful. You are touring all over the place, and on your website you can purchase tickets to your different locations. Now you're going to start off in Tennessee, but you're also going to be coming here to Texas as well. You're going to have some performances here as well. Tell us a little bit about where you're going to be at.
So tomorrow night, the mariachis are actually on the road, on their way from San Antonio here in Austin. Tomorrow night, we're playing at the Bluebird Cafe. If you watch the TV show Nashville by chance, it's kind of like the famous songwriter listening room. It's literally called the Shh Club because everybody has to listen. It's tiny, but it's wonderful. And so we're playing there tomorrow night. It's sold out. We're playing Thursday night. This really cool little honky tonk that some Texans created in Madison, Tennessee, not outside of Nashville, called Dee's Cocktail Country Lounge. And if you can tune in, you guys, if you follow me on all my socials, you can tune in and watch that show on Thursday night at 7:00. So, and then Friday night we'll be at the Grand Ole Opry. It's always amazing, and you can tune in on WSM.com and listen to that show. We'll have the entire Opry band, their singers, and then our honky tonk mariachi at the front of the stage. And then Saturday night we're going to be at the Perot, the beautiful Perot Theater in Texarkana. With the full honky tonk mariachi in this beautiful theater. And then we're going back, bringing it back to the honky tonks. This amazing, it's the oldest honky tonk in Texas, y'all. It is the Devil's Backbone in Fisher, Texas. It's out kind of like by Canyon Lake. And we do a Dia de los Muertos show honoring our ancestors. And so we come in the Catrinas, we're painted up like calaveras, and we're bringing the love and the joy and the celebration. So that is on November the 2nd, Dia de los Muertos. So,
And that's just amazing that you have all of this. And the honky tonk mariachis is what I was trying to remember what it is that you called your band, which is it's so catchy, that title. It's wonderful. And it truly encompasses what it is that the kind of music that you play. It's the honky tonk mariachi, basically. It's great rhythm, it's great uh mash, a conglomerate of two different genres, and it's awesome. It's a new sound that's very addictive, and I love it.
mhm.
Uh, the fact that you're performing it and sharing this. I don't know if you've actually really given it much thought, but your performances and the music that you are doing, and I know your album that you have, which is Manuel's Destiny, is Manuel being your grandfather, your great grandfather, and how you're you're it's an ode to him and his journey, when he crossed over in El Paso in the early 1900s. But the way I see it is your journey is also opening the doors for a lot of the younger females to see that it is possible to do, it is possible to play mariachi music at the Grand Ole Opry, you know because you've done it.
Mhm.
you,
Aw.
you've done it. You're singing. You're exposing you know Spanish music to people that normally don't, they don't hear it. And so, as a being a groundbreaker, as an innovator, you should be commended for that. And
Mhm.
that's awesome that you do that.
And I'll go one step further because as a female artist, it's one of those, I mean, like I said, I've been following you for many, many years. I don't know if you remember, there was a drummer that played with you back like maybe 2010. His name was Ernest Reese.
Yes.
Yes. So before he started playing with you, I was the female singer in his band. And
Oh.
he's the one who turned me on to your music. So that's how long I've been following you, like Reverb Nation days, right? Um, yeah, small world. And just to see your longevity, because a lot of females in this industry and some males, but mainly females, they start, but they don't continue. They quit before the dream happens. And you're living proof. Like, I mean, man, you're living your dream. You're making your music on your terms and you're traveling everywhere, right? And so to me, that's very inspirational. So I, as an artist who looks up to you, thank you for doing what you do
Oh.
because it really truly, like, for all of those other younger artists that are just coming into the game, it's not always overnight. Sometimes you get lucky and you're just like,
Mhm.
hey, okay, great. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to be in this thing for decades before you finally get that one hit. But a lot of times we quit before it happens, and you're living proof, hey, it can happen, but you got to stick with it and you got to have that longevity and you got to have put in the hard work. So my hat's off to you, girl. Like, you're amazing.
Not
Hilda, guys, thank you so much. I just want to say thank you. And it's like my dream is not just my dream. It's like I want to encourage. I can't even believe there's not been a giant Latino or Latina country star, I never was like that. It didn't even have to be me. It was just like, where are we? So I
Yeah.
hope that I am fanning the flames for all of us. And I'll be cheering you, Hilda, and everybody else
Oh,
on. For real.
thank you. Thank
I
you. You're
I
super sweet.
Yeah, I also think that it's so wonderful because of the fact that you're doing it on your own terms,
Mhm.
doing your music
Mm.
your way. I think that's much more important because of the fact that, you know, when I started way back when, 20, 30 years ago, there is very formulaic. You had to be this body type, this dress type, this vocal type, doing this type of music. Everything was formulaic. You had to check off the boxes before you could even step into a studio, regardless of your talent. that was always manufactured, but you did it your way, and that is what's key. It's always, what, no one can ever take that away. You're gonna have your music. It's gonna be yours,
Mm.
and nobody's gonna be able to take that away from you. And you will forever be known for your specific style and your vocals and everything else. And that's what, it's just central to you. And that's just, once again, it's another
Yeah.
accommodation. I mean, not accommodation, commendation for you. It's another thing that you should hang your hat on because it is yours.
Aw, thank y'all.
Mhm.
Thank you. I really feel like this is going to make me cry, but I feel like tonight with y'all that you are the dream come true that my grandmother was talking about when she said I was going to be a bridge, when I was going to be connecting the culture. And so just to hear you say that you hear it, that you feel it, it's just like, thank you. It's like, it is wonderful. And I love to get to do what I get to do, but it's wonderful that you can feel it. So my grandmother would be happy.
Well,
Oh.
I think all of your efforts are appreciated for the hard work that you do. I think that's a thing that a lot of artists don't get. Like Hilda, she's been doing it for 14 years, and sometimes she doesn't feel like, or she has people haven't vocalized that they appreciate the hard work. That's the one thing that we lack. A lot of times we don't see that, and that's why fans are so important for us.
For real.
Yeah, the fan reaction is always important to feel that reciprocating love. That, because I firmly believe every artist, no matter what song you should do, you always put some of you into that song, and it's part of who you are. And it's always
Yeah.
great when that love is reciprocated, and that's what you want. And so, when you're constantly working, and God bless, and I use Hilda as a reference only because she's my bestie, she's right there. But I mean, she works and she's putting out music, and then she's coming here on the show. So when does she have time to sit there and reflect?
While I'm
And
driving to my next gig.
right, what I'm saying is constantly, it's constantly going, but you're in the grind, but for like you're at the Grand Ole Opry, you're in these different locations, you've got this huge band that's with you, that's constantly going, you've got all these things that you have to worry about. But you know
But you didn't
we,
start there.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
fascinating part for me, because I love it when I can get introduced to an artist and then you just watch them grow and blossom into their own. And Stephanie, you're one that is just not sold out. It's so easy to sell out and be like, okay, I'm going to go follow what everybody else is doing. But you have always, from the get-go, have had this originality to you. It's just, this is who I am, and this is what I'm giving. I'm giving you all of me. And you've just maintained that. It's amazing. It's amazing. And really, like, I am so enthusiastic about what's going to happen for you in the future, because this is just, you're barely just scratching the surface right now, girl. You
Mhm.
are. It's gonna blow up, and I see it. It's beautiful. It's
And
beautiful.
yeah, you're
Thank you.
very identifiable too, because your style of music is very identifiable, and the way your persona. I made comment of how you dress, because it's very you, and it's unique. There are very few artists that are not confident in themselves to not stand out.
And that can pull it off. Like
Mhm.
that's the
Very
whole thing.
true.
You look amazing. If I tried to wear something like that, they'd be like, no, just go. Just go. I
Yeah,
have no style. But you, my friend, wow, like, you're the whole package. And I've
yeah,
always thought
that's
that
true.
from day
Yeah.
one, because,
Oh,
man, the way you put everything together, from your music to your live shows, because I have been to a live show. It's been a while, but I have been. But it's one of those things, you just see it, and you see the growth, and you see all the hard work behind it too, because it's not easy. I've been doing this, actually, Lawrence says 14 years. I actually started in the business in 2005.
wow.
So yeah, so
You
21
have been,
years.
you've been
I,
with
I
your
was trying to make a
mind.
younger girl.
You know what? I just hit,
Congratulations.
thank you. I just hit 41, and I don't feel 41. I don't. And age is nothing but a number. Like, my gracious. So I'm embracing it. because it's a beautiful thing. And like I said, it's hard for us to be women in the industry and keep going. You know, so often we just quit because it's hard. It's harder than it is for the guys. And I don't care what anybody else says. It doesn't matter the genre. It's always harder for women.
Yeah.
And girl, you've been at this and you're doing your thing and you're living that dream. You're making it happen.
Thank you, Hilda. And every night I think I have these clothes that I've collected, and sometimes when I don't feel like, oh my gosh, can I do it tonight or do I have it? It's like those dresses or these hats or these earrings, they like call me forward. Like, come on, girl.
That's awesome.
Let's go, right? They literally, I say, they dress my dream. Like, so thank you. And I just respect you so much too. I mean, but if it's in our heart, we have no choice. We got to follow it. We got to keep going.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
you're so right. You're so right. I tell this a lot to a lot of the younger artists when they're coming in. If you're in it for the fame and the fortune, get out now, because it's not going to happen. You're going to end up with a day job like I do to support your music habit, because you'd rather be doing music, but it's expensive. So yeah,
Absolutely.
you do it for the love.
Real quickly, let me go ahead and jump in here real quick. Joe Avila says, hello from San Benito, Texas.
Joe.
Jose wants to remind us, La Reina de Los Angeles, you can pre-save right now, available streaming September 27th. The video premiere is October the 5th, so be watching out for that one. The one that I played is one that I made myself, so don't take that one. That one's the that I just did for visuals. Joe Avila says, Charlie Crockett is doing it his way also, and is doing awesome. He's selling out crowds anywhere he goes. Well, thanks so very much, Joe, and have him give us a call.
A little tidbit about Joe Avila and the Avila family and Stephanie. I don't know if you've been down here to San Benito, but they have the Conjunto Museum down here, Conjunto Music Hall of Fame. And honestly, girl, you should come check it out. Let me know when you want to come. I would be glad to go. And the Avila family, they're amazing. It's so historic. And I think for what you're doing, I don't know. I just kind of feel like you would so vibe with the place.
It's a beautiful location, and they very well kept together. They have a little section for Freddie Fender, and it's just amazing. The work that they do, it's a labor of love, and it's just so well taken care of. And I was so impressed, and I made a promise to go back down, bring my camera, so that way I could because I'm doing a documentary on Tejano music, from the 50s and 60s, and I made a promise to go back down there so that way I could, because it deserves its own little thing, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful place, and it's well deserved.
Wow.
Real quick, Alfredo the Lone Meskin says, hello, brother. I'm late, but we are here. Thank you so very much for joining.
Okay. I was late too. It's okay.
It says they're practicing for Allie's performance on Wednesday. Allie is his 12-year-old granddaughter, or 14-year-old granddaughter, and she's performing Tejano music, which is pretty
super
cool.
Talented.
Yeah, her whole band is under the age of 15, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's
Go,
great.
girl.
Janie Rios, hello from Conroe, Texas. How are you doing? And Joe Avila says, gracias. No, thank you for helping us to share your story. And I can't wait to get down there when I can. But I got one more music video to finish, and then after that, I'll have some time. So Preston Sullivan says, great podcast. Thank you so very much, Preston. I do appreciate that. Let's see here. Hello, Miss Lama says Borrado B.
Hi, Borrado.
And he says, hello, beautiful people in the chat room, of course. Now, we've been talking about all of the things that you do and everything else, but you're not, as with most creative people, music isn't just the one thing that you do, because, we always want to, we have our creative juices filled with other things. Like I was just mentioning, music videos. I also paint and do all the other stuff. But you're also, you also do spirituality. And in a sense, I didn't want to sit there and I didn't want to convolute or misconstrue what it is that you do. So I'd rather let you explain exactly how you help people with spirituality.
Well, I guess it was, about the time that my abuelita passed, and had this dream, but I didn't believe that I could do it. I didn't feel like I was all the things that all of us, lots of time, pretty enough, sing enough. I just had all this self-doubt, you know. And about this time, I met my now husband, and he had been number one adopted into the Lakota tribe and was a sun dancer. So he carried all these
Oh,
rites
okay.
and passages, and also I became a student under the lineage of Don Miguel Ruiz, who wrote the book The Four Agreements.
Mhm.
He's a spirituality teacher. He wrote the Four Agreements. And so I devoted myself for a year into all these healing ways. And it just transformed my belief that maybe I was born to shine. Maybe I was born to sing. Maybe I was born to live this dream that my grandmother had put on my heart. And so all those healing ways and ceremonies, I have a temazcal in my front yard here in Nashville. They all helped me to understand that all those stories and agreements were in my body, and that when I did like the indigenous these ceremonies and these sacred ways of laying my fears and my doubts on these altars of experiences, I transformed. And so did my dreams. All of a sudden, like magic, all of my dreams started coming true, and people started showing up that were a part of them. And so that just naturally led me and my husband to lead these journeys all over the world, you know, Peru and Egypt and England, these power places on the planet. So it's a wonderful gift to be able to just to travel to these places, but more importantly, to be in relationship with anyone who is like ready to live their dream, and to be that mirror to help them believe in themselves, and then to witness them go and live their dreams. So that was a really long answer.
No, no, it's just that sometimes uh, people they try to convolute an answer that's really simplistic in its core. That spirituality in its core it really is a symptom of how we feel,
Right.
what's inside, internal. I say things all the time. I'm a spiritual person. That's what Native Americans are. They're very spiritual people. The big the big contrast between Europeans and Native Americans, where Europeans believed only humans had spirits, but Native Americans believed that everything had spirits. That's why they had great respect for everything, respect for trees, for animals, for grass, for everything. Everything had a spirit, and that's why it was treated that way. We didn't have jails because there was no thievery. We didn't have prisons. We didn't have murder. We didn't have the poor. We didn't have any of that. We didn't have starvation because someone lacked. And so it was concepts that were different, that were foreign to people. And so it's how a person understands that their spirituality. Sometimes people can't vocalize their spirituality, and sometimes they get upset over it, and without understanding it, or they have no real understanding of what their spirituality is. And so, but it's not. It wasn't. It made sense to me. I hope it made sense to everybody else, but it did. And it's a beautiful thing to be in touch with who you are.
Yeah.
That's. I think a lot of times we miss uh, uh, events. How many times have we missed that birthday party because we were angry with someone, or we didn't share a dance because we uh, weren't conscious to how special that song was for someone, or we didn't kiss the night before because
Mm.
we were at odds before we went to bed. These things are unnecessary. I've said this before. The world is full of people, but very few humans. And sometimes we lack the dedication to be human to each other.
Mhm.
Everyone has the ability to be human, but we have to work at it every day. And that's where we fall. And it's unfortunate, but it is true. But we can work at it and be better every day as long as we try to be better every day. Not that we not that we we are terrible people. We're not. It's just that sometimes we're so busy doing everything and being here
Yep.
instead of being people. Looking at each other and saying, I love you, I care for you, or you're an awesome person. And if you see your friend and they're down and they're sad and you just smile and say hello and that saved their day, what did it cost you? Right? And that's what I'm saying is that spirituality that we have inside, that we have that gift, we have that power, we just have to use it. Alfredo says, did I miss the lesson of the day? Well,
I think this is the lesson of the day. I don't know. Like, be kind.
be kind to each other.
I don't know about y'all, but like I stop people. Like I stopped the guy at the Starbucks in the Houston airport yesterday, and he had this sweetest face. I'm like, you have the most precious face. And I mean, he was, he could be my son, but and he was like, what? Like, I always stop people and just say it. Man, that hat, that heart, that song, the way you walk is amazing. Whatever. If we can just shine a little bit on people, right?
Yeah,
That's
it's
all we
amazing
need.
what those little things do.
Hmm. Yeah, and it's the I think it's like for me, I always say, the big problem that I have with Valentine's Day, it's Valentine's Day. It's one. And males, I know I am a male, but a lot of us we fail to realize that one day and the bouquet of roses and the box of chocolates doesn't make up for screwing it up for the whole entire year. It does, it's
Well, it
just
depends
that.
on how many roses and how much
It's so
chocolate.
I don't think
I don't
so.
know. Just
I don't
saying.
think so. You can't just because you're a jerk the whole entire year, but this saves me. No, it's not going to happen. Or like the Christmas is only one time a year. No, it should be every day. It should be
Christmas
every
is
day.
every day for me.
Yes, Christmas is on
I
on
love Christmas.
on the station. We still play Christmas music right now. My brother called me. I said this the other day, a couple months ago. My brother called. He's like, "Hey, dude, there's a Christmas song on your radio station." I was like, "I know," and he's like, "It's summer," and I was like, "But it's a good song."
I love that.
And so
There's something about Christmas music that just kind of, I don't know, it for me, there's just this love about it.
It's joy.
Yeah, like it's just
Joy.
it makes you happy. And it would be great if we could just get like a Christmas song and then just change the words to where it could be like used all year round. I wonder how that would fly. I don't know, just crazy.
There you go. There's your next record.
I was thinking it would be a nice collaboration.
Throwing
just
down
throwing it out there.
You know what? I do want to turn it to a little serious note because you've done something, and you went an interesting way with. You have a song called "I'm Not a Piñata." It's a very serious subject, but you kind of went a little lighthearted on it. But it's to bring awareness to a very real problem, and I think we need to attack it in all kinds of ways. And that's why I say that it's a good song to attack the problem of domestic violence. Because it happens way too much, and we know this. It is a problem. That's why we call it a problem, because it is a problem and it's unnecessary. As natives, we believe that the woman is the peak, the ultra, the high. That's why we call it Mother Earth. We don't call it Father Earth. We call it Mother Earth. There's a big misconception that Native Americans, braves, would always fight, because they always wanted to go to war. No. We fought to protect the one thing that we had. Native Americans did not measure wealth by how much they attained. They measured wealth by how much they gave away. But the one true measure of how good of a man you were was your wife. Not a man walks this planet without a woman. That is fact. And so we even now with music, as we talked about, Hilda said, it's very hard for women. Now women are having more opportunity. I was at fault at the beginning where we were saying, women are taking over Tejano music, and it's not. They were always here. It's that now women are getting the respect that they've always deserved.
Mm.
And that's what needs to happen. That's what should have happened a long time ago. But tell us a little bit about, I'm Not a Piñata.
Well, for me, it was, it could be physical abuse, but it could also be mental, emotional abuse
Mhm.
that we all get conditioned, to not say what we mean, to not be, for someone to respect us or to be kind to us. And so I just, as a songwriter, I just loved finding those words and the way of saying, no more, bye-bye. That's it. I'm out, because we hopefully hit that point in our life with people, somebody that's not kind to us. So that's it. It's something that please don't treat me that way. Don't treat me that way. And then it's like, bye-bye. And so I just loved making this video. I loved telling the story. And I've lived that song before. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, it's true. I mean, abuse is abuse, no matter how it is, and it's different from being inconsiderate. Being inconsiderate just means that you're not attentive to a person's feelings,
Mm-hmm.
but abuse is deliberate, and there's a big difference. There's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a listen to the song "I'm Not a Piñata" because I think it's very important that we get that song out there and people to see it, listen to it. It also gives you a different. It kind of gives you another sample of Urbina's her voice, her vocal ability, because the woman can do everything. We'll talk about that afterwards. This is "I'm Not a Piñata" from Urbina Jones. That is the Urbina Jones. Hilda Lamas, and I'm just Indio here on Qvo Radio.
I know your head hurts from last night's fiesta. Looks like you need to take a little siesta. Well, honey, before you doze off, there is something I need to say. I'm not a pinata. I'm not hanging around. I'll be down the road manana. Adios, ciao, goodbye, sayonara. I'm not a pinata. Now I know, honey, things are gonna change and it's not your fault, you poor thing. And if I gave you 5 minutes, you could explain it all. Well, it's a little too late. I love abuse, 'cause now whenever I see your lips move, all I hear is blah, 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 blah. And I'm not a pinata. I'm not hanging around. I'll be down the road manana. Adios, ciao, goodbye, sayonara. I'm not a pinata. Seems like ever since we've been together, making me feel bad makes you feel better. Well, the party's over and I know it's a drag, but I am not your emotional punching bag. I'm not a pinata. Oh, I'm not hanging around. I'll be down the road manana. Adios, ciao, goodbye, sayonara. I'm not a pinata. No, honey,
it just it's sometimes we need a better way to send that message, and it's a good message. It is a good message. Uh, because sometimes we don't realize where we're at. You know, and I think it was a great song. The whole thing, it was really really fun. Billy Bob's in Texas. Been there a couple of times myself. I'm ashamed that I don't remember it because I was a wee bit inebriated when I was there. Back before when I used to drink. I don't drink anymore. Gracie said, "Yay, Christmas!" I think she was talking about our Christmas time before. Luis, Ford Muscle Luis, he says, "Hi, Urbana. How's it
Hola.
going?" He goes, "Wow,
Hello.
that was definitely a good song."
Thank you.
Bobby says, "An amazing song." There you go. That's some great singing and great guitar picking, of course.
Yes.
Thank you.
Alfredo says that's a great song. How come all the guys are saying this is a great
Right.
song?
Because it is a great song.
It's a great song. And she's a beautiful woman. Maybe that might not. Yeah,
Hey, maybe they had to say that to some woman,
I know, right?
right?
You
Goes
never
both
know.
ways. It goes
Yeah.
both ways.
B says Indio was dancing off camera. No, I was not. I'm too old to dance.
You're never too old to
Never
dance.
too old to dance.
Yeah.
Never.
I would like break a hip or something.
Oh,
But no, it was a great song, and that's another one of those things that you have that ability to write music and everything else. I have a question for you. The music that you write, you are uh, uh, always thinking about, you know, your mindset. A lot of your music is centered around, these different emotions and stuff, and um, a lot of it's not whimsical. It's not, there's a purpose behind every song, which is it's wonderful. Um, but what's your main motivator outside of, because like this one right here is the journey, Manuel's journey. It's of your great grandfather. That was the central idea. But outside of that, what else do you use as kind of as your motivator when you write music or when you're constructing music?
well, I mean, it always just starts with the idea and whatever emotion. And and then I start like building the record. It starts like it's the whole record, it's the story of the record, and then it's like the show. Now it's like now I want you to come and have a journey at the show. I want you to leave just being like your heart just exploding open, feeling it all,
Yeah.
passion and hurt and hope and let's go and yeah. So it's all those things.
Mhm.
And the next, like, I'm thinking now about the next record, the next two records, actually. So, just starting to, call it dreaming into it. And, but of course, you always want to write. Like, to me, Falling Fearlessly on this album is just like, it's just, I felt like we captured the essence of falling in love. So it's like, did we hook that emotion and then did we capture it in the studio? So I don't know if that answers your question.
Well, I mean, it's kind of I mean, I wasn't looking for a particular answer, a specific answer. I was just kind of getting a feel of what it is that's a motivator. I usually ask artists if you have that, if you ever thought to yourself how your music is going to influence your fans, influence your listeners. Um, your people are going to fall in love with each other to your music. People are going to dance their first
Yes.
dance to your
Oh,
music. People
yes.
going to kiss their
Yes.
first kiss to your music. If that's in your head, if you've ever thought that.
I mean, it's usually it comes from inside of me, falling in love or longing for love or heartbreak. But of course, it's like Falling Fearlessly. There's a couple that is getting married to that song.
Hmm.
So it's like, absolutely. And to win, like, one of the great things about Honky Tonk Mariachi is that sometimes we're playing theaters, but sometimes we're playing dance halls. And watching people dance is just amazing to be a part of that, for your music to be reaching out, and the horns and the violins and the Spanish guitar, all those things. Yeah.
Luis says, Urbina, what place did you get this blue hat? Pretty cool.
Well, if you notice, this was the hat that Wendy Moten had on in our Rhinestone Cowgirl. So I had it in blue and red, but I do a lot of my shopping in Mexico. I have designers that actually design for me and create. They just, man, those designers really just, I love their aesthetic and their color, and it's our culture, So San Miguel. And pretty soon I'm going to have my store up, Frida's Closet, and you're going to be able to buy these things on there. So
that's awesome.
Awesome.
I've been to Mexico four times, but twice I was drunk, so I don't know if they count. But that's Luis says, gorgeous flowers with flowers. There you go.
Aw.
Alfredo says, my wife might punch me if I say she's beautiful. That's why he says I love the song. So okay, that's good. Jose Rosario says, Sonny Salcedo will be sharing the stage with Urbina
I
Jones
love
and
Sonny.
Fisher.
He's
Yeah,
amazing.
Sonny's a good
That's
friend of
so
mine.
awesome.
He's been doing that honky tonk thing for a while now, and he's got a song Womanizer. It's just a awesome song. He's fixing to release another one, and he's just branching out everywhere, and I'm so happy for him. And um I keep telling him, why don't you grow your hair long like it used to be back in the day. And so I may be old, but I have long hair, so but I'm Native American, so not that that means anything, but
It does, though. It does. It does. Well, I love Sonny, and he actually just texted me. He just landed in Nashville, and so I'm gonna see him, I think, this week. So he is amazing. What an entertainer.
yes, he is. He's a great
That's
guy.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's fun. He's fun to hang around with, and he's just we have a good time when he's here in town with me. We just hang out and stuff. We have a good time. He's trying to learn how to do some of the stuff that I do, because like the graphics and stuff that I do all the graphics for the show and
That's
stuff.
amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, he's like, what program do you use? And I was like, it's a little different. It's not just the program. I know what you're doing.
The
So
program.
I was like, no, it's not just the program. I know him when he was in Grupo Vida. Yeah, that's I have pictures of him. You know what? There's another thing. We are kind of like a kindred spirits, because you and I, Urbina, because you have performed, or not performed, but see if I can bring this up here. You were in a movie,
Yes.
Courage. Yeah, Zach Young, and this is a western.
Mhm.
Um, I've shot like several short films. I've done one feature film, and I'm actually working on another one. So, how did this come about? How did what was it? What was your process for this
It was
movie?
it was a music fan who just wanted to make movies that had all these Texas artists in them. And so he reached out to me. He had this role that he'd written, and I had never ever wanted to be an actress. Never. I was almost said no, but I thought, well, let's go have an adventure. Why not? And I had so much fun. It was very easily for me to inhabit this Wild West woman who was courageous, and I really enjoyed the experience.
Yeah, it's a it's always fun to kind of expand your or broaden your horizons, and get to participate in different things. Like I said, most artists, that's what they do. They do all these different things, and that's pretty awesome that you were able to do that movie and stuff. So, are you planning on doing other movies, or is it just a one-time thing?
I would love to. I'd be open to it. I'm really interested in telling stories, however that is, if that's me being a part of writing it or bringing, a story to a musical, to Broadway or whatever. I want to be a part of the story. It's the same thing that brought me to all this before. And if somebody asked me to do it, I'd probably say, yeah, I'd do it.
That's good. Yeah, I did. I had a friend of mine. I asked her to read my script, and she's like, "Why do you want me to read the script?" And I was, "Because I want you to read the female parts." She's like, "Why?" And I was like, "Because I'm a guy. I don't know. I want to make sure that the females sound like females because I'm a guy. I don't know how women talk. I mean, I know how I hear women, but I don't know how they talk, and so it's kind of one of those things. So, but yeah, it's an interesting facet of life or of the industry rather, and now it's so much accessible now,
Yeah.
and you know,
For whatever reason, ever since that happened, I've been like, people that make movies have been contacting me to talk about ideas. And so
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm open in, right, Hilda? We're open to like, yeah,
Yeah.
let's make some magic, right? However,
Opportunities.
absolutely. Whoa, you are
yeah.
for real. Like,
Oh no,
oh,
yeah.
wow.
That's why I keep telling the people. I was like, no. I have camera equipment to make my own. So
Wow. That's amazing. That must be cool, like, because I don't know, for me, like when I have an idea of a song, actually bringing it to life and then to make a record, right, Hilda? But
Yeah.
a movie, to have a vision of a movie and then to shoot it, that's amazing.
I have two of those. Those are 6Ks. It's just it started off as just this little camera, and then now I have all this equipment. If I turn on the light, there's a shelf behind me, and it's full of like 20 different cases and about 10 different cameras and stuff. And
What?
so, yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff up there. So I was like, it's a passion. It's one of those passion things you got to do.
Yeah.
But anyway, no. So right now, it's come to that part of that show where we just let you go ahead and for yourself, just go ahead and say your thank yous and shout outs and remind people where to go. Let me go ahead and bring up the infamous 100% awesome
The
QR
magical
code,
QR code.
the magical
Ah,
QR code that I have for your website. And so that way you can go ahead and say your thank yous, your shout outs and everything, and remind people where they can go and get your information, where you're going to be at next. And it's just you by yourself. And we'll just go ahead and bow out, and you can say whatever it is you want to say.
well, here's what I want to say, everybody. I want to thank Indio and I want to thank Hilda. Thank you so much for having me. I feel so blessed, and I hope I get to meet each and every one of you out on the road or online. Please join me on any of my socials. Come to our shows and let's dance, you guys. Muchísimas gracias, y'all, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for inviting me to be on and sharing your time tonight. Y'all have a wonderful night. Stephanie Urbina Jones, Urbina Jones, and the Honky Tonk Mariachi. And you can just check out my website right there.
Urbina, I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Urbina.
Thank you so very much. Dang, I screwed it up again. Urbina Jones. Yes. So I mean, it's pretty awesome that you've accomplished as much as you have. You're an inspiration. Like I said, keep blazing
Yes.
that trail.
Aw,
It is wonderful to have someone of your caliber here with us and to share your time with us. I really do appreciate it. And this is your home. You're welcome to come back anytime you want to.
aw,
Whatever it is that you
Anytime.
want to
y'all
share.
so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for being the podcast and interview that I'm doing just before this song comes out there to the world. I appreciate y'all so much.
You bet. And your music is playing on the air, and it's everything else. I want to remind each and every one of y'all that if you are a new artist or if you're a new band, if you want to send in your music, send it to admin@qvoradio.net. Has to have two things. It has to have been recorded in industry standards, and it has to have an ISRC code. That is for you, not for me, so that way you can get your royalties, because Qvo Radio is a fully accredited radio station with ASCAP BMIC 60 core. And so, for that reason, if you do listen to the music on the app or on the website, there will be an add to cart button. You can click on that button. It will take you to Apple Music. You can buy the song or the album. I do not make any money from that transaction, but I do get a discount because I participate in a program on my licenses. That being said, Hilda, do you have anything coming up, girlfriend?
Yes. So my new single just dropped on Friday, Hazy with a Chance of Rain. Go check it out.
It's a great song.
Yes, it's like my third country release, so I'm super stoked about it. So there's that. And then on a really serious note, and I hate to really bring the show down, but I just want to ask everybody to keep a really good friend of mine in your prayers tonight, Miss Minnie Lorado. She's in the hospital. She's a drummer. She's played with so many amazing people. She's near and dear to my heart. She's really, really sick right now and could use all the prayers and love and support. So just please keep her in your prayers tonight, guys.
I believe there is going to be a fundraiser. And as soon as I get more information, I'll be sharing that information. So that way, if y'all want to donate, that way you can donate. And, if it's within your heart, just give, then give. If you cannot give, but you still want to do something, give prayers and thoughts. That's still something.
And I do have the GoFundMe page it's on my page. So if you guys want to go check it out on my Facebook, I'll share it again here after we're done with the show. But yeah, it's really, really special because she's had a lot of amazing people come and visit her, a lot of artists. Big shout out to Miss Jennifer Benya. That's like her number one idol. And she went by to go visit her this weekend. And so that really means a lot. Just knowing that, she's there for her fans. That's incredible. But you guys just please keep her in your thoughts and prayers. Be on the lookout. Yes, there is going to be a benefit. I don't know when that's going to be either. I know that they are working on it. She's currently a member of the Texas Sweethearts. So please keep them in your prayers as well. Her extended musical family, and of course her family. So thank you guys.
Awesome sauce. And with that being said, thank you so very much, Miss Jones. I really do appreciate you being here. Like I said earlier, you're welcome to come back anytime. The song is called La Reina de Los Angeles, Cielito Lindo. It's a beautiful song. We're going to leave you with that song. Go ahead and request it. Go ahead and get it. There's going to be more music coming from her. It'll be on the radio station. If you have any questions or anything else and you can't get a hold of Miss Jones, go ahead and send it to me. I'll make sure that she gets it. I want to thank each and every one of y'all that were here with us today. Jose Rosario, for all the wonderful things he says wonderful
Jose
with you.
Rosario.
Thank you so very much, my
that
friend.
man's amazing.
He's a truly a kind gentleman and a kind friend, and I really do appreciate everything you do, my friend. And with that being said, guys, thank you so very much. And if today was not your day, if you did not have a good day today, just remember, every day planes take off against the wind. You matter. You are loved. Be human to each other. We'll see y'all next time. We're going to leave you with La Reina de Los Angeles, Cielito Lindo from Miss Urbina Jones. Thank you so very much. Hasta luego, everybody, and we'll see y'all next time.
Gracias, y'all.
We'll see
Bye.
ya.